Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another video on the How I Do Homeschool playlist. Today we are going to be talking about electives, extras, themes, holidays, all those things that you guys have wanted to know how I do those things. So I am here to answer that for you today in this video. If you're new and this is the first video you're watching, I've been creating videos for this playlist called the How I Do Homeschool playlist on my channel since I've been homeschooling for a long time, and I want to answer the most commonly asked questions I receive from you guys on how I do something as a homeschooling mom. All of the questions came from my community over on Instagram, and so if you watch this video and you have a suggestion of a video topic you would like to see on how I do something in my homeschool, be sure to look through the playlist first, because chances are I've already made a video about it. And if you don't see it there, post it down below. And then if you are someone who is looking through the comment section of this video and you see, yes, I want to hear that video, like that person's comment so that way I can see, okay, I need to add a video to my list. Here is my list. I have been running through it, and I only have about 2 more to go and after this video, and so I have made it through the video the list of videos that initially had about 18 topics on it. So today we're going to be talking about all of the electives and extras and all that stuff. I do want to give my standard disclaimer that I am just sharing how I do things in my homeschool. I'm not telling you that you should definitely do it this way, so just keep that in mind. This is my opinion. So how do we do electives, extras, holidays, and themes? Well, the first thing that I want to say is if you're a person that doesn't enjoy extras and you're a person that doesn't enjoy elective, like extra things like that, or holidays or themed, if that kind of stuff stresses you out and it doesn't bring you joy, then you probably should not do it. You know, sometimes you want to make a sacrifice as a parent because you know your kids will really do it. But if I was someone that didn't enjoy themed stuff or you know, holiday activities and things like that, if I didn't enjoy that, I would probably do it a lot less in my homeschool. I would do it because I know my kids would like it, but if you're someone that doesn't enjoy it, don't like overwhelm yourself and burden yourself with feeling like you need to do this. Now, for speaking for myself personally, I love holidays and themes. It's like, you know, some of us like that stuff and some of us don't. I love decorating my home for the seasons. I love seasonal activities. I love seasonal outings. I love anything that has to do with a theme that I can pull things together. Now, on a scale of like ultimate Pinterest crafts and like over the top parties and basic like here's a paper plate and a glue stick, I'm probably right in the middle. So I'm not way up here. I would put myself right in the middle. That's where I fall. My camera battery died. So yes, I fall right in the middle there. I do enjoy and love a theme, but I also, you know, am not gonna go insanely crazy for every single thing. So the way that I incorporate those things into my homeschool looks a little like this. I look at the calendar and I see if there's any type of holiday or you know, theme that is coming up, and then I generally will try to plan a few activities for whatever that is. Here's where I struggle. I'm not the best at coming up with my own ideas for those things. So what I do is use like seasonal resources that I share with you guys here. Those seasonal bundles have really helped me with that. My friends are good at planning, you know, holiday themed parties, and so my friend that really enjoys that does that, and that is a wonderful memory to have in our homeschool. And then something that I've taken on, which I've shared with you time and time again, is poetry tea time. That is such an easy thing to theme around something. Like, it doesn't even have to be homemade. In fact, most of the stuff that I offer at tea time for my kids and my friends' kids is not homemade. I mean, I go to Trader Joe's, but that's kind of as good as it gets, and I'm totally okay with that. But I put a few themed decorations on. I go to the library. I try to find a few themed books. I go to a grocery store and try to find a themed snack, and it's just fun to incorporate that into your homeschool. It really helps make memories, and that is one of the biggest blessings of homeschooling, is being able to make those memories. And I'm not saying you can't make memories without doing stuff like that, but kids remember stuff like that, and so that's important to me. That's largely the motivation behind why I do it, besides the fact that I enjoy it. But I enjoy creating good memories for my kids, because once you're an adult and you look back on your childhood, that is really all you have, is the memory of the things that you did. And I want my kids to have so many great memories. So that's kind of how I pull themes together. So I just look at the calendar, I see if there's anything, and then you know, my friends do a few things in our homeschool that help us with that, and then I do the tea time, and then I use seasonal bundles, or I just look for activity ideas if I'm really kind of coming up blank, and I just try to incorporate at least like one day or a morning time of that. Another way that I incorporate themes and holidays into my homeschool is in our morning basket. So around Christmas time, I fill that morning basket with tons of fun Christmas books, and that's just a super easy way to bring holiday and theme and fun into your homeschool. Another thing that I do is put a few touches around our homeschool room for certain seasons and times of year. So in the fall and Christmas, of course, and in the spring, I like to add a few decorative items to our homeschool room. My kids just enjoy that, and I enjoy doing that in my home since we spend so much time here. So that's another way that I incorporate themes and holidays into my homeschool. That is pretty much the extent of it. As far as like the specific homeschooling stuff goes, holiday celebrations and traditions and homeschooling, they kind of merge and blend together from like what we just do as a family and then what we're actually doing for school time. But you know, that is homeschool life. It's when those two things come together. So if I had to identify like the specific ways that I bring it into my homeschool, those would be what I just shared with you. So as far as talking about electives, so electives are something that generally come into a homeschool in the upper middle high school age range. They are generally required for graduation in the United States, and every state is going to have different requirements on how many and, you know, all of that. So how do we choose electives in our homeschool? So what I've done so far, and this could change in the future because I have a 9th grader and an 8th grader, and so this could change, but as I have done it so far, what I've done is ask my kids, I give them a few options. Which one would you rather do? What are you more interested in learning about? And they then make the choice. You know, every kid is gonna have different goals and aspirations, and so the electives that they might choose to work on, you know, should reflect that. And then there's also just like important ones that you don't wanna pass up. So for me, you know, electives are really great for making sure that my kids know basic budgeting, life skills, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I really like to use the elective credits and the electives that my high schoolers will take to make sure that they're fully equipped for life. And so like this year we're doing logic as an elective because the critical thinking is lacking and it's very important, and so that was something that I wanted to teach them. But then their other elective, I gave them some options. So that's the way that I do it for electives, is I find a few resources that I feel good about, and then I present those to them and then let them choose. Kylie, my oldest, has expressed an interest in photography and videography, which is kind of funny. And maybe I should just teach her a thing or two. No, but she wants to do like a professional course. And so that'll be something that we do later down the line. So I'm just always keeping a mental note of things that they voice and things that they want to do, as far as like extras that they want to learn about, because that is one of the perks of homeschooling, is like the options are limitless. So I hope that helps answer your guys' question on how I do holidays, themes, and electives. If you have any more questions, post them down below. I will be sure to get back to you. And if you have any suggestions for this playlist, make sure you leave them down below. And like I said, if you have just found this playlist, go and look at the other videos, because chances are I've been asked and I have answered a question that you may be wondering about as well. But I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you all in my next video really soon. Bye, guys.
I know that you are having a hard